Manchester United vs. Liverpool, the rivalry that shaped English football. When we talk about football rivalries, there are derbies, there are clashes, and then there is Manchester United vs. Liverpool. This isn't just a fixture on the calendar. It is a battle of history, pride, and dominance. Two giants of English football, carrying with them more trophies, more legends, and more stories than perhaps any other rivalry in the world. To understand why this rivalry burns so fiercely, you have to look beyond the football pitch. Manchester and Liverpool are two great cities, just 35 miles apart, yet worlds apart in identity. In the 19th century, Liverpool was England's great port city, busy, booming, connected to the world. Manchester, meanwhile, was the beating heart of the Industrial Revolution, a city of factories, textiles, and ambition. When the Manchester Ship Canal opened in 1894, Liverpool's docks lost power. The economic rivalry quickly found its way onto the football field, and so what began as competition between cities became war between football clubs. Liverpool dominated the 1970s and 80s under legends like Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, and Kenny Dalglish. They were the kings of Europe, winning league titles and European cups, while Manchester United struggled in their shadow. But football has a way of turning tides. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, United roared back in the 1990s and 2000s. With Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Eric Cantona, and later Cristiano Ronaldo, United became the powerhouse, lifting Premier League after Premier League. Ferguson famously said his greatest challenge was knocking Liverpool off their perch, and he did. This rivalry has never been just about football ability. It's about culture, pride, and identity. United fans sing about their dominance. Liverpool fans remind them of their European nights in Istanbul and Madrid. Every clash feels like more than 3 points. It feels like history itself is at stake. And let's not forget the matches themselves. Steven Gerrard's thunderbolts, Eric Cantona's swagger, Fernando Torres tormenting the Manjavidit, Wayne Rooney's record-breaking goals, Mo Salah's brilliance. These are moments etched into football history, moments that remind us why this rivalry is unlike any other. What makes Manchester United vs. Liverpool so special is not just past glories, but the constant struggle for supremacy. Whenever one club rises, the other fights harder. It is football's version of a heavyweight bout, a clash of titans where pride is the prize and history is the judge. Even today, the rivalry burns bright. United rebuilding, Liverpool resurgent under Jurgen Klopp. Every meeting is another chapter in a book that never ends. It is a rivalry that has shaped English football, raised its global profile, and given fans memories to last lifetimes. Because when Manchester United and Liverpool step onto the pitch, it's not just a game. It's tradition, it's passion, it's identity. And it's English football at its fiercest. Manchester United vs. Liverpool, the rivalry that shaped English football. When football fans across the world speak of rivalries, few carry the weight, history, and intensity of Manchester United vs. Liverpool. This is not just about two clubs fighting for points. It is about pride, identity, and the battle for supremacy between two cities that have shaped the heart of English football. To understand why this fixture is so fierce, you must step back into history, to a time long before the Premier League, before European Cups, and even before television broadcasted matches worldwide. The rivalry between Manchester and Liverpool began off the pitch, rooted in economics and geography. During the 19th century, Liverpool was England's great seaport, a bustling hub for trade, shipping, and global commerce. Manchester, meanwhile, was the engine of the Industrial Revolution, producing textiles and goods in vast factories. But there was tension. In 1894, the Manchester Ship Canal was opened, allowing ships to bypass Liverpool's port and bring goods directly to Manchester. This decision devastated Liverpool's dock economy and ignited bitterness between the two cities. From that day forward, every contest between Manchester and Liverpool wasn't just about business. It became about pride. Football was the perfect stage for this rivalry to grow. Liverpool Football Club was founded in 1892, while Manchester United, then Newton Heath, was born earlier in 1878, but rebranded as United in 1902. As both clubs developed, their paths often crossed, but it wasn't until the mid-20th century that their rivalry truly began to shape English football. Liverpool dominated the 1970s and 1980s. Under Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, and Joe Fagan, They built a footballing dynasty that conquered both England and Europe. Names like Kenny Dalglish, Graeme Souness, and Ian Rush became legends. Liverpool collected league titles and European cups, cementing themselves as the best team in the country, if not the continent. During these years, Manchester United lived in their shadow, unable to match Liverpool's dominance. For United fans, this was a painful period, watching their fiercest rivals lift trophy after trophy. But the winds changed in the late 1980s with the arrival of Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. Ferguson famously declared that his greatest mission was to knock Liverpool off their perch. And he did just that. United became the dominant force of the 1990s and 2000s, winning 13 Premier League titles, 2 Champions League trophies, and countless domestic cups. With players like Eric Cantona, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, David Beckham, and later Cristiano Ronaldo, United became a global powerhouse. The rivalry was transformed. Liverpool were no longer the rulers, and United had taken the throne. The cultural divide between the clubs fueled the fire even more. Liverpool's anthem, "You'll Never Walk Alone," represented unity, resilience, and working class pride. Manchester United, meanwhile, embraced the glamour and commercial appeal of being global superstars, with Old Trafford known as the Theatre of Dreams. For Liverpool fans, United represented arrogance and greed. For United fans, Liverpool symbolized outdated nostalgia. Every chant, every banner, every roar from the stands carried not just football rivalry, but identity itself. The matches between the two clubs have provided some of the greatest moments in English football. There was Eric Cantona's composed penalties, Steven Gerrard's wonder strikes, Fernando Torres dismantling Nemanja Vidic, Wayne Rooney's record, breaking goals, and most recently, Mohamed Salah tearing through United's defense. Every encounter feels like more than a football match. It is a battle in a war that never ends. Perhaps what makes the rivalry so enduring is that it is cyclical. Liverpool's dominance gave way to Manchester United's golden era. Then, as United declined after Ferguson's retirement, Liverpool, under Jurgen Klopp, rose again, winning the Champions League in 2019 and their first Premier League title in 2020. The pendulum swings, but the rivalry never fades. Even when one side is stronger, the other always finds motivation in this fixture to fight harder, play braver, and prove a point. Beyond the trophies and the records, this rivalry has shaped English football's global identity. Manchester United viz Liverpool is watched in every corner of the world, from Asia to Africa to the Americas. It is a game that defines eras, creates heroes, and breaks hearts. The rivalry represents more than two clubs. It is tradition, it is passion, it is history unfolding in real time. To this day, when United and Liverpool step onto the pitch, it feels like the weight of over a century of history walks with them. It is not just about winning a match. It is about carrying the pride of a city, the legacy of generations, and the unshakable desire to outshine their fiercest enemy. Manchester United vs Liverpool is not just a rivalry. It is the rivalry that shaped English football and continues to define its heartbeat. The rivalry between Manchester United and Liverpool is more than just a football feud. It is a battle of history, pride, culture, and dominance that has defined English football for over a century. Few fixtures in world sport carry the same level of intensity, hostility, and global attention as this one. To understand why, you must go beyond the pitch and into the roots of both cities, both clubs, and their long struggle for supremacy. It all began in the 19th century, long before football became the global phenomenon it is today. Manchester and Liverpool were two great industrial cities in northwest England. Liverpool, with its world-famous port, was the gateway to the British Empire, handling trade and wealth from across the globe. Manchester, on the other hand, rose as the powerhouse of the Industrial Revolution, a city of factories, cotton mills, and hard-working laborers. When the Manchester Ship Canal opened in 1894, bypassing Liverpool's port, the economic rivalry between the two cities deepened. Resentment brewed, and football soon became the perfect battlefield to express this competitive spirit. On the football pitch, the rivalry grew sharper as both clubs established themselves as giants. Liverpool dominated English football in the 1970s and 1980s under managers like Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, and Kenny Dalglish. With legends such as Graeme Souness, Ian Rush, and John Barnes, Liverpool became a force not just in England, but in Europe, winning league titles and European Cups with breathtaking regularity. Manchester United, meanwhile, struggled to match that dominance during those years, often living in Liverpool's shadow. For Liverpool fans, this was proof of their superiority. For United fans, it was a source of pain that fueled their hunger for revenge. Then came Sir Alex Ferguson. When he took over Manchester United in 1986, his mission was clear: to knock Liverpool off their perch. What followed was one of the most extraordinary managerial reigns in football history. Under Ferguson, United rose from underachievers to the most successful English club of the modern era. With stars like Eric Cantona, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, and later Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester United not only dominated domestically but also conquered Europe. By the time Ferguson retired in 2013, United had surpassed Liverpool's league title count, a symbolic achievement that marked a shift in power. But rivalries never die. Liverpool, though struggling for many years in the Premier League era, never lost their pride or their fans' passion. When Jurgen Klopp arrived as manager in 2015, he reignited their fire. His high-energy, gegenpressing style, charismatic leadership, and brilliant signings like Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Sadio Mane restored Liverpool to greatness. Their triumph in the 2019 UEFA Champions League and the 2020 Premier League title brought the club back to the top, ensuring that their duel with Manchester United remains as fierce as ever. What makes this rivalry unique is its depth. It's not just about the players on the field. It's about identity. United fans see themselves as the global powerhouse, the club with worldwide fame and glory. Liverpool fans pride themselves on their history, tradition, and the bond between the team and the working class spirit of the city. Every clash between the two sides is about more than 3 points. It is about bragging rights, about reminding the other side who really rules English football. The matches themselves are filled with drama. From Steven Gerrard's heroic performances to Eric Cantona's brilliance, from dramatic late goals to fierce tackles, these encounters are always charged with emotion. The atmosphere inside Old Trafford or Anfield on Derby Day is electric. Songs, chants, banners, and a tension that only decades of rivalry can produce. Today, as both clubs continue their fight for supremacy, the rivalry shows no signs of slowing down. With new generations of players and managers writing their chapters, United vs. Liverpool remains the fixture that captures the imagination of football fans worldwide. It is a rivalry built on history, shaped by passion, and defined by a relentless desire to be the best. Because in English football, you can win trophies, you can break records, but until you've beaten your fiercest rival, the victory never feels complete.